What is going on, YouTube? Andrew Miller from Hook'emHeadlines.com, the Hook'em Horn Show, coming back at y'all today with a quick signing day update. It's been a crazy week this week for Texas on the recruiting trail, without a doubt. Landing multiple commitments via high school recruiting, the portal, in the 2024 and 2025 classes, picking up multiple commitments in both. And I don't think Texas is done, but I want to give some updates there. So far, Texas is at 21 signees from the high school ranks in the 2024 class. The only one that they've lost today is four-star Dangerfield athlete Aaron Hampton. He flipped to Alabama. I'll talk more about that here in a second. And then Texas, as of about an hour ago today, has signed both their portal commitments in the 2024 class. Houston transfer wide receiver Matthew Golden and Clemson transfer safety Andrew Makuba. Texas announced that on their Texas football Twitter page here recently this afternoon. So at this point, you include Aaron Hampton flipping and signing with Alabama, or I guess exclude him from that list, then all 23 of Texas's portal and high school commitments in the 2024 class have signed. But there's a lot more action expected to take place for Texas here on the recruiting trail, I think, in the next couple of days between high school and portal recruiting. So I want to talk about, like I said, some of the big storylines for today, outstanding targets, where Texas stands with those guys, and then, what Texas has in the boat so far. So again, Texas has signed 23 commitments in the 2024 class. The 24/7 Sports Team composite rankings has Texas as the number 3 overall class in the nation for 2024 and the number 4 composite. So, them having Makuba and Golden committed in the 24 class, they're both pretty highly rated guys in the 247 Sports composite transfer rankings. So that gives them an overall boost. But, Texas signs, I believe it's 4 5-star recruits in the 2024 class, if you include Xavier Filsamy, the Florida safety commit. Also, you got 5-star Santa Ana Mater Dei offensive tackle Brandon Baker, Duncanville edge rusher Colin Simmons, and then St. Louis University wide receiver Ryan Wingo. Those are the 5-star guys in this class. Wingo, there was some drama this morning with him holding off for a few hours to sign his letter of intent. Mizzou kind of made a late push there, so did Nebraska, but Texas was ultimately able to hang on to his commitment and get him to sign on the dotted line around noon today. And then you had, again, Aaron Hampton flipping his commitment from Texas to Alabama and signing with them the third time now that Hampton is decommitted and I guess committed elsewhere. And, he picked Texas over Alabama during the summer in his second recommitment to Texas, or second commitment to Texas, I guess. And then it's just been a roller coaster ride of recruitment, I'll say that. But, something that had been reported, I had done an article on the site in the last few hours saying that, Alabama was expected to get him there. They had remained in pursuit of him on the recruiting trail throughout the fall. So that didn't come as a huge surprise today. Over half of this class for Texas is expected to be early enrollees. I believe Makuba and Golden as well. And so, Texas getting a lot of instant impact guys in this class. This is another top 5 class, at least is on pace to be for Steve Sarkisian and the Longhorns. And one of the deepest classes at that, addressing multiple positions of need. Getting another class also with multiple 5-star recruits. I posted this on our Twitter X account today that Texas has the highest blue chip ratio among any 2024 signing class. Over 80% of Texas's commitments in this class, or signees, I guess now, are blue chip recruits in the On3 industry ranking. So fantastic job by Sark and staff on the recruiting trail for this cycle. Still some work left to do, and I think, again, there's multiple commitments probably still on the way for Texas during the early signing period for the next couple of days. So I'll go ahead and start here with Ty Anthony Smith, 4-star Texas A&M linebacker commit and Jasper product. There's been some buzz surrounding him in Texas here for the last few weeks. Texas A&M with losing head coach Jimbo Fisher, some of the uncertainty there. They've lost some commitments in their class, and Texas has continued to prioritize Smith among their top in-state linebacker targets in the 2024 class. And he took an official visit last weekend to Texas, which was a good sign that he probably was bound to flip from A&M to Texas on signing day. He's got a signing day ceremony at 6:30 p.m. Central Time at Jasper High School, where he is expected to flip from Texas A&M to Texas. He's had communication with both schools in the last 24, 48 hours. He's kept things pretty close to the chest. I don't think he's talked to media very much, if at all, since the Texas official visit. He's posted some stuff regarding Texas A&M on social media the last few days, but again, I still expect this one to go Texas's way when it's all said and done. And then the other one among Texas A&M commits that actually there's two more that I would like to cover, but the one that's generating the most buzz today outside of Smith is four-star Longview Pine Tree defensive line commit for the Aggies and top 100 guy along the defensive line, Dylan Evans. Texas been in pursuit of him in the last couple of weeks. He had mentioned to a couple of reporters, I believe that was a week or two ago, that with Texas A&M losing defensive line coach Elijah Robinson, he was considering a few other options out there still. Texas still has a spot for defensive linemen in this class. They've been pursuing a few guys as flip targets heading into signing day. Alex Foster, three-star Baylor commit. And then Terrence Hibbler, who ultimately signed with Mississippi State today, and then someone I'll get to a little bit later, five-star Texas A&M commit Dominic McKinley. So they've had a few guys in mind to fill that last spot as the fourth defensive line commit in this class. And Evans, Texas was in pursuit of him before he committed to A&M early in the offseason. I know that Sark had taken a visit out to his high school at Pine Tree. I believe that was back in January or February, so winter of 2023. And Texas, one of the schools that he mentioned he would be interested in. I believe OU was on that list as well. But if he does end up flipping his commitment, whether it be during the early signing period or if he draws it out to February, draws his recruitment out to February, as some reports have said, Texas would probably be the biggest threat to A&M there. Had a report from Mike Roach of 24/7 Sports just a few moments ago today that saying Texas is working to hold him off from signing. Also did an article on the site today mentioning him among three potential surprise flips for Texas during the early signing period. Texas really likes his game. He's a high four-star guy, really high upside, future potential NFL draft prospect. So, definitely would be a good guy to get it along the defensive line in this class. And so, again, stay tuned on the site because we'll continue to keep you updated on Evans. And then, I mentioned a second ago, Dominic McKinley, the other Texas A&M commit that Texas continues to stay in communication with. McKinley's got a few schools after him late in the cycle. LSU, I think, is the one with the most buzz right now. LSU is scheduled to have him on campus for an official visit in mid-January. I believe it's the 12th to the 14th. There's been a lot of reporting out there that McKinley's not expecting to sign to Texas A&M this week. That would give LSU the chance to try to put the finishing touches on flipping him from A&M, or also gives Steve Sarkisian some more time to chip away at his commitment and get an in. I believe an in-home visit is something that has been reported for January. For Texas to get a last push there, and then OU has been a school that's been mentioned there as well. OU, A&M, and Texas, along with LSU, were the four schools that were really considered the finalists for McKinley when he announced his commitment to A&M. I believe that was back in August. McKinley's another one. There's some uncertainty there right now. There's multiple paths that this recruitment could take, and so we're continuing to, keep our finger on the pulse there. And again, we'll continue to keep you updated on the site as well. And so the last thing I wanted to mention, just regarding portal recruiting for Texas today, and potentially tomorrow we'll see if any dominoes fall here soon, but is Trey Moore, UTSA redshirt sophomore transfer edge rusher. I believe he was the first portal visitor for Texas in the December window. He visited Texas from December 8th to 10th. He's also visited Alabama. That was last week. And it sounds like he's moving closer to an announcement. Texas considered the favorite there. Was thinking that something might come from him yesterday, but obviously, still waiting for a decision from him. But it wouldn't be surprising if something came just in the way of like a signing announcement from the Texas football Twitter page or, something there. So another thing we're keeping an eye on, but, Trey Moore, extremely productive pass rusher, AAC Defensive Player of the Year this season, led the AAC in sacks with 14. So someone that Texas likes just from right up the road right down the road in San Antonio. And so I think it would be a nice fit. Again, some extremely productive, good athlete that could really help this Texas defensive front. So again, wanted to give you all some quick updates. Stay tuned on the YouTube channel, on the site as well, for kind of the day-by-day stuff, commitment evaluations. Stay tuned on the site. That's where we're staying the most active, but also on the YouTube channel. Tarek, Shane, and I in the next couple of days will come back with our full position-by-position grades for the signing class, and covering any other breaking news there as well. Also with breakdowns for some of the recent guys that Texas picked up in the 2024 and 2025 classes, especially these new portal guys, Matthew Golden, and then obviously you got Andrew Makuba, and then hopefully Trey Moore soon as well. So anyway, for Andrew Miller, Hook'emHeadlines.com, that's pretty much it. Hook 'em.